Hi guys, welcome to the channel. With the pace of smartphone evolution moving so fast, there's always something waiting in the wings. No sooner have you spied the latest handset that there's anticipation for the next big thing. Well, in today's video, we'll be showing you 10 upcoming future phones. Without further ado, let's begin. Samsung Galaxy S22 Range. The Samsung Galaxy S22 is a bit further out than some smartphones on the list, but it's still coming fairly soon, with a January 2022 launch looking likely. Whenever it does land, rumors suggest that the range, likely to include the S22, Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus, and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, will have a similar screen and design to the Galaxy S21 range, but with next-generation chipset. On that front, it reported that most of the world could get a Snapdragon chipset due to production issues with Samsung's next Exynos one. On the current model, you can only zoom 3 times or 10 times. Any in-between number will be a digital or hybrid zoom instead. Details about these upcoming phones are still light overall, but we expect to hear plenty more in the run-up to their launch, and going by Samsung's track record, they're likely to be among the best and most exciting phones of 2022. OnePlus 10. The OnePlus 9T isn't happening, so instead, we're looking towards the OnePlus 10 as the company's next big phone. This upcoming model isn't something we know much about yet, but expect it to be a significant upgrade from the OnePlus 9, since there will likely be a year's gap between the two, where usually OnePlus launches a flagship every 6 months. We know that it will feature brand new software, and we'd expect the camera to get some big upgrades to make the most of the company's Hasselblad partnership. Beyond that, a new, more powerful chipset is almost certain to be included, with the Snapdragon 898 being the likely candidate. We're likely to see the OnePlus 10 in March or April based on the company's past form, so there's a while to wait yet. Xiaomi 12 range. The Xiaomi Mi 11 impressed us a lot, and while the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra was rather more flawed, it was certainly interesting, so we're keen to see what Xiaomi cooks up for the Xiaomi 12 range. Rumors so far suggest that Xiaomi 12 or Xiaomi 12 Ultra could have a quad-lens camera, possibly with up to 192 megapixel or 200 megapixel main sensor, which would be the most megapixels we've seen on a smartphone. It's also likely to have a top-end Snapdragon 895 chipset and might even have an incredibly fast 200-watt charger. We might not have long to wait for it either, with leaks suggesting that Xiaomi 12 range could be unveiled before the end of 2021. That said, this unveiling would probably just be for China, with a global launch likely happening around February 2022. Huawei P50 Range. The Huawei P50 range has actually already been announced, but it's initially only available in China, so we're still waiting for a global launch. It could be worth the wait though, as the top model, the Huawei 50 Pro, has a 6.6-inch 1228 by 2700 OLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate, a Snapdragon 888 chipset, up to 12 GB of RAM, and a quad-lens camera with a 50-megapixel main sensor, a 64-megapixel telephoto one with 3.5 times optical and 200 times digital zoom, a 13-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 40-megapixel monochrome camera. It also has a 4,360 mAh battery with 66-watt fast charging, but due to the ongoing Huawei ban, it runs the company's new Harmony OS 2 rather than Android and is also stuck without 5G. The standard Huawei P50 is a similar phone in a lot of ways, but with a slightly smaller screen, a 90Hz refresh rate, a 4,100 mAh battery, and a different camera arrangement consisting of a 50-megapixel main, 13-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 12-megapixel telephoto camera, with 5-time optical zoom. If you're enjoying the video, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos just like this. iPhone SE 3. While the iPhone 14 range is clearly the most anticipated of Apple's upcoming phones, the company might first launch a successor to the iPhone SE 2020. We've heard very little about the iPhone SE 3 so far, and there's every chance we won't see it for a while, but if it does launch anytime soon, it will probably have an A14 Bionic or A15 Bionic chipset, the same as iPhone 12 or 13 range. There's also talk on an iPhone SE Plus, which might end up being the iPhone SE 3 in all but name. This is thought to have a larger 5.5 to 6.1 inch screen, but to retain the general affordability of the iPhone SE range. What's not clear is whether the iPhone SE3 will keep the physical home button and big bezels, a design that's becoming increasingly dated. Google Pixel Fold. The Google Pixel Fold is a phone that we've been hearing about for years, and more recently we've heard that it might land in either late 2021 or early 2022. We wouldn't count on seeing it in 2021, as they do not expect more details of the phone to have leaked by now in that case, but it's certainly possible. From what we've heard so far, the Google Pixel Fold might have a 7.6-inch foldable OLED screen and the same Tensor chip as the Pixel 6 range. We take all of this with a pinch of salt for now, but this could end up being one of the few non-Samsung foldable phones that's worth getting excited about. Nokia 10. All are waiting for the Nokia 10 for a long time, so much so that it's gone through a few names since it started being rumored. Originally, it was thought to be launching as the Nokia 9.1, but as time went on, it changed to Nokia 9.2, 9.3, and then Nokia 10. We've even now heard that it could land as the Nokia X60, given the brand's new naming scheme for its phones. But while its name remains unclear, we now have a better idea of when it might launch, with a company exec reportedly saying it will land sometime before November 11. And it could be worth waiting for, as rumors point to an in-screen selfie camera, a sapphire glass display, a pentalens camera, a 108 megapixel or 200 megapixel main sensor, a 6000 mAh battery, a 144 Hz refresh rate from the screen, and a top-end Snapdragon 888 chipset. So this could be a very premium phone. Eco-friendly smartphones. Companies are always looking to make their products more environmentally friendly, and phone makers are no exception, with researchers looking into biodegradable materials and cleaner energy charging. At the Mobile World Congress trade show in 2016, Kyocera showcased a solar-powered prototype. But by their own admission, the technology won't replace the need for a wall charger anytime soon. This phone was primarily designed for users who work outdoors, as well as anyone who'd likely be away from a power source for an extended period of time, such as campers or skiers. Flexible frame phones. For a long time now, phone companies have talked of creating a smartphone that is so robust that it can actually be folded in two by the users. One such version was Nokia's the Morph phone, which was showcased back in 2008 and promised to transform the user's experience. Designed by Tapani Tahayan, who was director and head chief of Nokia's Research Center Laboratory in Cambridge, the Morph could be folded, bent, and reshaped to suit the user's needs. You could snap the Morph apart and slot in additional modules to change the way you use the phone. The Morph phone could be wrapped around your wrist, transformed into a GPS belt clip for hiking and extreme sports, or used as a flat screen for watching videos. Holographic displays phone. From Star Wars to Iron Man, holograms have long been a regular feature in sci-fi and futuristic films. But how close are we to being able to have touch-free technology on smartphones? So guys, let me know down in the comments section below, which phone do you think is going to be most interesting? For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video!